So I had a little bit of a discussion with myself whether or not I'm going to be uploading this video. Usually when I make big decisions like this, I like to sleep on it, take a shower, take a walk, eat some food, just let my brain kind of process it to see if I should do it or not. That's how I usually make all my decisions. And I decided that I'm going to be making this video because even though I don't like talking about drama, I'm not a drama channel, I'm not a news channel. This is something that is definitely something in my gut is telling me this is something that is unacceptable. And you should definitely use your platform to be able to speak out, voice your disdain. Obviously, for those of you that clicked on the video, you're here for the whole Nijisanji versus Solen stuff. And I've kind of said my piece already with the previous debacle that happened about a week ago when Solen's termination became official. And I already voiced my concern and my disdain for the company then. I already did a video on it. You can check that out. And now some updates have happened and I'm even more ticked off at the company that is Nijisanji. But I don't just want to make a rant piece. I don't want to make something to just add to the fire because let's face it, there's already a ton of people talking about this. A lot of VTuber news channels. I mean, Some Ordinary Gamers, Asmongold, Moist Critical have talked about this. We are one mogul mail away from having the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse come into this drama situation. Actually, this isn't even drama. This is beyond drama. This is more legality, morality, and it's not okay. And I already talked about this on my stream. I voiced my concern, and I would upload a edited portion of that stream, but I feel like I need to be able to voice it after, you know, everything has kind of settled in my brain rather than just while I was firing off all my thoughts on stream. So I'm a little more collected now, and I would like to talk about the situation from a VTuber fan's perspective. Now, who am I for the people that don't know? I'm a guy that really likes VTubers. I've been around since 2020. I've made series after series. I've interacted with a whole bunch of VTubers, including Nijisanji VTubers. And I would like for this to be the final nail in the coffin. I'm never going to talk about this again. Even if there's updates, I won't be uploading another video. And I'm hoping that the situation escalates for the better, not for the worse. Now, first and foremost, a lot of people are probably wondering why Nijisanji is so hated right now. And actually, Nijisanji used to be very much loved in the EN side of, or the West, I should say. As of right now, there's 2 big agencies or corporations that have VTubers under their umbrella that are the biggest right now, especially in Japan. There's Cover Corp that has Hololive, and then there's Any Color that has Nijisanji. Nijisanji is hated and Cover is loved, but back in the day, that was flipped. Cover was hated and Nijisanji was loved for taking care of their talents. Now, the situation was super different. It was concerning doxing, and it was concerning, well, ironically, concerning doxing, and it was also concerning the safety of the talents. Ever since then, both companies have done a complete 180, or in fact, Nijisanji was just really good at hiding how shitty their management is. Now, in the West, the disdain for Nijisanji kind of started a little bit when Niji ID merged with the main branch. Now, if you guys don't know, the Niji branch, Nijisanji has branches. There's EN, there used to be an Indonesia branch, but they closed that branch and it absorbed into the main branch, which basically left the Indonesia audience to just be like, and that led to the graduation of some of the VTubers there. Then the situation with Zion came out, and that was a shit show in itself, which she helped expose a lot of the stuff that was happening within Nijisanji internally, and that also added on to the fire with the disdain for Nijisanji. And there was also a lot of situations where there were big collaborations, big events that were happening, and they would just get canceled with little to no notice and no real explanation. That's kind of what happened with Solen. There's 3 major things or 3 strikes that occurred with Solen, and the last one, which was the cover song, was the straw that broke the camel's back. Strike 1, she held an art competition to see whether or not any of the artists would be able to drop a concept for her model. Now, while this contest was going on, Nijisanji did not want to give out any prize money for whoever won this contest. This contest was held specifically to be able to drop a concept art for Solen because she had an outfit ticket. If you guys don't know, these corporations, they give an opportunity for the talents to be able to get a brand new outfit, but that time frame is limited. And she wanted to hold a contest to see, oh, which one of you guys would like to drop my concept art for my next model? Well, not only did Nijisanji not want to pay out the winner of the contest, but also they gave him a very limited amount of time, which definitely constricted a lot of the time that the artist would be able to draw per model. No time, no prize money. Selene had to pay everything out of pocket. Strike one. Strike two, they told her that she wasn't able to organize any sort of international events for games or for anybody. The only event she could plan was within Nijisanji. So she wanted to hold a whole bunch of different events. They wouldn't let her hold any sort of events outside of Nijisanji, which sucked. A little bit on the side, just to let you know, there was a VTuber Awards hosted by Filion, and Selene won 2 of them. Best FPS, and I think Best Gamer. Needless to say, she was incredibly popular, incredibly loyal to her fan base, and a hard-ass worker. And that all led up to the cover song. Cover song is a song that she wanted to release for her fan base called the Dragoons, which she has been working on since 2022. It's a collaborative effort with the fan base, with artists, with musicians, to be able to release this passion project of hers to her fandom, which, by the way, Nijisanji did not fund anything of, and it ended up costing Selene $15,000. Obviously, you need permissions to be able to post this because Nijisanji is a Japanese company. They're very strict on this stuff. She got permissions for the song a long time ago. She uploaded it, got privated immediately. And to that was the last straw. She did everything right, and they still slapped her on the wrist for it. And she had enough. Now, there's a lot of stuff that happens internally that not a lot of people know about. However, there is a way for you to be able to approach every situation. And the way that Nijisanji approached this was not good. We already went over the termination notice, how bullshit it was, and how crazy it was that they were able to pin everything on Selene, including their bad reputation. And they also ended up throwing out some livers into the mix. I thought it couldn't get any worse. I left it at that, and I said, all right, this is happening. Hopefully they can do something about it. Hopefully they hear out the cries of the community, and they fix their act. And they did the exact opposite. And this blew my fucking mind. As a person within the community, this is not even a VTuber problem. This is just a talent management problem. This goes beyond VTuber agencies. This is something you shouldn't do with talent management, period. What they did is they basically made a statement about Selene's termination and basically trying to sully her reputation to be able, as a last-ditch effort, to be able to save face, aka damage control. But they did it through the voices of 3 of their biggest talents under their umbrella. Vox, Alira, and Ike came out and they basically started to voice their concerns because they wanted to. As a company, financially, I'm just trying to put myself in Nijisanji's shoes right now. I've never seen a company hold a gun backwards and pull the trigger, literally shooting themselves in the process. The biggest thing that really ticks me off and pisses me off about this whole thing is the fact that they kept dragging other talents to be able to soften the blow that is sully Selene's reputation, which, by the way, is not working at all. And when I watched the video of those 3 talents talking about the situation, I just cannot bring myself to believe that anybody would want to go out there and face a mob filled with angry people holding guns, pitchforks, and torches, and go out there willingly to say things that the company should be saying and not the talents themselves. I mean, would you want to do that? Would you want to go out in the middle of an angry crowd and try to do damage control for something that you didn't even cause? No liver or talent person should be out there doing PR stuff. Are you insane? That's why you hire a team to do that stuff. And they have no regard for privacy whatsoever. They showed off legal documents to the talents that's supposed to be between Nijisanji, the company, and their legal team, because it's in regard to Doki and Nijisanji. Why are they so bad at this shit? Now, everyone is saying that they had a choice. Now, here's what I'll say about that. Everyone does have a choice, but at the same time, we don't know everyone's situation. Because in this case, while I do think Selene is completely in the right of everything, I do think that the same way that there's certain people that work for companies that work 60 hours a week and work time and a half, sometimes they just have to do it because their situation doesn't allow them to be able to leave. Or maybe they're happy working 60 hours a week. They're content. And I can't fault anybody for doing that. So yes, while they have a choice to leave, they also have a choice to stay. And I would like to give the benefit of the doubt to the livers that Nijisanji could 100% have told them to do that. At the same time, they could have just ride or died. They could have gone up there giving Nijisanji an ultimatum. I will graduate if I don't go out there and talk to the people. That could very well be a thing. but I don't see that being the actual case. When it comes to this topic, I'm playing devil's advocate in that. I don't know the true story, but all I know is that Nijisanji is a piece of shit company. So I'm sticking to the narrative that Niji more than likely have asked them to do it. And because they are binded by contracts, that probably also played a role. But all that aside, I don't know why Nijisanji, I mean, I know that they're a Japanese company, and this is pretty much reeks of Japanese PR. And this is the most interesting thing that I could think about in this situation. This is a conflict between the Western audience and Japanese PR. And I don't think they were ready because right now they're being dragged through the mud and I don't know how they're going to recover. I support Doki and everything that she's doing. She has been nothing but calm and collected after this whole situation came out. She wanted to leave everything neutral. She wanted to leave everything as dramaless as possible, as private as possible. And that brings me to the most mind-fuckingly weird thing about this situation. Nijisanji fired the first shot by terminating her without, one, letting her know, and two, doing it in such a defamatory fashion. It feels like they have a vendetta against her. So they fired the first shot, and not only did they fire the first shot, they kept firing when Doki's just there, I just want to live my life. So that's the thing that mind boggles me the most. This is truly the last thing I'll say about this situation is I don't want to speak on it anymore. I've made my feelings clear about the situation. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to keep playing games. I want to keep watching VTuber clips. And speaking of VTuber clips, I do want to announce that I'm no longer going to be watching Nijisanji clips until they get their act together, until they clean up their mess and or earn back the trust that they've lost. I'm sorry. Like I said in my previous statement, in my previous video, I held back my punches and I swallowed my concerns that I had about the company because the livers are so great. I truly still love Rosemi. I think Rosemi is such a ray of sunshine and a lot of the other talents too. But this is not it, bro. This is not it. I don't know what's going to happen. People are saying that they're going to disband the Nijisanji EN branch. I don't think that's going to happen. If it does, I'll be very surprised. If they keep going and they just move on, that's probably the most likely situation, but their reputation is forever tainted. And as a person who's been around for a long time, this is truly unprecedented. And I hope this never, ever happens again. And I'm truly hoping that they get their act together. And that's it. To add on to that, Doki did release a tweet saying that we should all just move on from this. We just want to live life, have fun. She wants to do projects. She wants to do streams. And I can't agree anymore. I know for a fact that I'm going to be seeing more and more of this on my Twitter timeline, but I think it's time that I mute that and move on. I have my feelings towards Nijisanji, and if that changes, then maybe we'll revisit this topic. But for right now, I've said my piece, so has Doki. Let's just move on. And don't harass any of the livers. That they don't deserve any of that. They just want to stream. That's it. And with that being said, I am done. I'll see you guys in the next video.